Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Okay, today we'll be doing chapter 1, Observing the Armies, Slok 1.19, 19th Slok. Sagosha Datrastranam
Sagosha Dhatarashmanam.
Hridayani Vyatarayat
Hridayani Vridharayat.
Nabascha Prithvim Chaiva
Nabhasya Prithvijaya.
Tumalo Abhinandundane.
Abhyanundadayan.
It's a bit difficult for me. Please carry on.
Hridayani Vridharayat. Nabhasya Prithvijaya. Tumalo Abhyanundadayan. Sagosho Dhatarashmanam. Hridayani Vridharayat. Navasya Prithvijaya. Tumalo Abhyanundadayan. Sagosho Dhatarashmanam. Hridayani Vridharayat.
Nabascha Prithvim Chaiva Tumalo Abhinandane.
Sagosho Dhatarashtanam. Hridayani Vridharayat. Nabhascha Prithvim Chaiva. Tumalo Abhyanundadayan.
Sagosho Dhatarashtanam.
Sagosho Dhatarashtanam.
Hridayani Vridharayat.
Hridayani Vridharayat.
Nabascha
Prithvim Chaiva.
Navasya Prithvim Chaiva.
Tumalo
Tumalo
Abhyanundadayan.
Abhyanundadayan.
Sagosho Dhatarashtanam.
Sagosho Dhatarashtanam.
Hridayani Vridharayat.
Hridayani Vridharayat.
Nabhasya Prithvim Chaiva.
Navasya Prithvim Chaiva.
Tumalo
Tumalo
Abhyanundadayan.
Abhyanundadayan.
Sagosho Dhatarashtanam.
Hridayani Vridharayat. Navasya Prithvim Chaiva. Tumalo Abhyanundadayan.
Sagosho Dhatarashtanam. Hridayani Vridharayat. Nabhasya Prithvim Chaiva.
Okay, we'll do the word for word translation. Sir, that, kosher, vibration. Drasta Trananam of the sons of Dhritras. Hridayani, hearts. Vyadara Rayat, shattered. Nabha, the sky. Cha, also. Prithvim, the surface of the earth. Cha, also. Eva, certainly. Tumula, uproarious. Abhiyanunandayan, resounding. Okay. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. Please repeat after me. The blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. Purport. When Bhishma and the others on the side of Duryodhana blew their respective conch shells, there was no heartbreaking on the part of the Pandavas. Such occurrences are not mentioned, but in this particular verse it is mentioned that the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra were shattered by the sounds vibrated by the Pandavas' party. This is due to the Pandavas and their confidence in Lord Krishna. One who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, even in the midst of the greatest calamity. We will do the Mangalasharan. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalparubhyasya Kripa Sindhabhyo Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so today we are doing Slok 1.19. That is a very, very important slok in the sense of what we are expected to do. Okay, I'll go through, but the first thing is, the very first slok of this chapter has been spoken by Dhritarashtra. That is the only slok which has been spoken by him. But it lays down the groundwork for the entire Gita. The first sentence which he utters is basically, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do at Kurukshetra? So that sets the scene. That is why the first chapter is called Observing the Army. So this is telling us that the war took place because of a greed of the Kauravas. So, Dhritarashtra mentions, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do at Kurukshetra? Both were from the Kuru dynasty. But due to greed, Duryodhan wanted to establish complete control over the kingdom. So the difference arose between Kurus and Pandus. Till now, they were all the Kuru dynasty. Still, it was now he is talking about the difference between the two sides. So, this says what the thought process of Dhritarashtra was. Next 10 sloks up to 1.11 talks about the preparation of war. It talks about various names of heroic and powerful fighters. There are so many we have gone through in the last few weeks. From both sides have been mentioned. The general feeling is that Duryodhan is very confident of victory. In the first 10 sloks, it can be made out that he is thinking that the war is definitely on my side. Duryodhan is saying great fighters who are always victorious in battle are on my side. We have soldiers, bowmen, archers, everyone who are equal in capable and even more so than the other party. Then there is the presence of Bhishma. Bhishma is there and he had that Vardhan that he will not die. So he will be able to control and lead the army everywhere. Then there is full support of Bhishma and Dronacharya. There was disrobing of Draupadi, and during that thing, they did not mention anything. So he was of the confidence that this Bhishma and Drona will not go against him. Then he had 11 armies as compared to 7 of Pandavas. So already military strength was in its favor. Bhishma is a better general than Bhima. The one leading the Pandavas was Bhima. So he was not as good as Bhishma. All of them were well equipped with different kinds of weapons and all experienced in military service. So, looking at from that point of view, he felt very, very confident that the war will be his. So, he will have not to worry. But he, being a diplomat as well and a politician, he encouraged and made some people produce their best. However, from sloks 1.12 to 1.20, including the ones which we have, Sanjay informs Dhritarashtra the signs of victory of Pandavas. So the first slok is Dhritarashtra mentioning what my sons and the Pandu's son are doing. Then the next sloks are saying his confidence in winning the war. But then Sanjay says that the signs of victory are very less for you. There's so much more for the Pandavas. In 1.14, is Krishna's presence confirms victory. Only in the time when had to choose, he had to choose between the Narayan Sena and Krishna. Duryodhana chose the Narayan Sena. So he was of the opinion that Krishna is just another person in that sense. But here, Krishna's presence confirms victory. Where Krishna is, goddess of fortune is there. So even that is a sign which is for this thing. Again, this whole battle was taking place in Kurukshetra. So again, it's a holy place, it's a place of dharma, so it favors the Pandavas. There was a flag of Hanumanji on Arjun's flag. Hanumanji was placed on that thing. Then conch shell of Krishna and Arjun described as transcendental. That was not so in the case of Kauravas. Even the chariot which was given was Agni-Dev's chariot which was given, which also was a very auspicious thing. And then coming to today's slope, the conscious sounds shattered the hearts of the Kauravas. Right? Because now we will go to today's slok. Conscious of Pandavas shattered Kauravas' hearts, but the vice versa did not happen. Pandavas' hearts were not shattered when they heard the conscience of Kauravas because of their confidence in Krishna. It's like they say every time you have so many zeros, that is okay, but you should have one before it to have value. And that one is Krishna. So this is due to the Pandavas and their confidence in Krishna, Lord Krishna. One who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, even in the midst of greatest calamity. This is a sentence which has been given in the sloka itself. Okay. The same conclusion has been reached by Sanjaya in the last sloka of the Gita, 1878. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. So, in short, we have to have Krishna in all our dealings. That is the main crux of this sloka. The degree of surrender which we do to Krishna is also very important to note. When Draupadi was being disrobed, she raised one of her arms and tried to call to Krishna, and Krishna did not appear. It is only when she raised both her arms that Krishna came to her rescue. So, the degree of surrender is very important. So, in our lives, the way we can do surrendering is by doing devotional service. Now, devotional service is, in short, doing our rounds, following the regulated principles, reading the scriptures, reading the Bhagavad Gita, attending classes. That will provide us with our surrender to Krishna. Arjuna also selected only Krishna and not the Narayan Sena, though they had only 7 armies at that time. There are only 7. Still, he could have asked for some more, but he did not. So, level of guilt also dictates the level of surrender. When I mean this is when a person is guilty, someone pointing out that guilt to him, he'll be affected very much so. You know, if you have done something wrong and someone comes to you and mentions or if knows about your wrong things, you'll feel it so much more. And that is what had happened. That when the conches were being blown, the guilty people felt those, their hearts were shattered because of that. And those who support the guilty people are also considered guilty. So the entire army of the Kauravas was in that state. So that is why it requires us to purify ourselves throughout our life. And this is the only life which we have, which we can do so. So that is basically what is there. And okay, another thing is the word Dhritarashtra, which was been mentioned. Prabhupada describes it as the sons of Dhritarashtra. But it also means that to snatch away someone's property. That is also the meaning of Dhritarashtra. So this is also very much applicable in this sloka which we are doing. Basically, this is what it says, that you should spend all your time in Krishna consciousness. Because that is the only thing which our life is supposed to be done here. Yeah. So that's why it shattered me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Are there any questions of it? Yes. Yeah. That was when Krishna Bhagwan, he had his own army. He had his own army. And the name of that army was called Narayan. Narayanani. Narayanani Sena. So he gave it as a. The story goes that he was lying down, Krishna Bhagavan was lying down, and Arjun and Duryodhan both went to see him. And then they said he was given a choice to choose whatever he prefers, either Krishna or the army. And Duryodhan chose the army. He chose the army. And as it is, Arjun wanted Krishna himself. So after taking or selecting the army, Duryodhan went back to Sakuni. And Sakuni said, "You are the most idiot person. When you had the opportunity, you should have taken Krishna, but you did not." So that was the importance. That is what Narayan Sena is. Okay, Granth Raj Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.